We're here on Tuesday morning outside of Duncan Park on North Limestone in downtown Lexington. And what are we doing this morning? Where are we going, Josie?
We're going to Dixie Elementary.
Right, we're going to Dixie Elementary, and we're taking the number 7 bus on Lextran, which should be here in the next minute or so. Time for us to get in. What excites me most about our daily trip is the New Circle Road portion. Joe gets settled in, and I marvel at the commercial diversity passing us by. Originally known as the Northern Beltline, New Circle was conceived in the 1940s and constructed in the early 1950s. Our 7 route traverses some of the oldest portions of this road. Unlike the newer southern section, the Northern Circle is lined with strip malls. As construction stalled in the early 1950s, area business leaders jumped ahead of city planners and purchased lots along the route. Along the way, they put in access points for their newly built businesses. They created traffic anarchy, and city leaders hated it. This commercial mistake was corrected in the eastern, southern, and western extensions of the circle. These areas were created as limited access highways with no commercial activity along them. A highly useful plan for moving traffic efficiently, but, alas, pretty much useless otherwise. But not here. Commerce and people flocked to the Northern Circle in the early years after its completion, helping to spark the construction of a variety of neighborhoods along both its inner and outer bands. In the 60 years since its founding and commercial heyday, the Northern Circle has flowered and gone to seed. Today, it stands as the unruly, unhip stepchild to the city's ongoing sleek urban revival. Craft beer aficionados, bourbonistas, and self-important foodie Instagrammers need not visit this commercial haven. But for the rest of us, New Circle abides. In 2 miles, the 7 will pass multiple grow shops, muchas taquerias y supermercados, and a bowling alley. You can get dropped off at a Kroger, a soul food restaurant, or any of the 6 different fast food outlets that lie along the route. We will pass tire shops, muffler shops, 10 car lots, 4 gas stations, 3 thrift stores, 2 day labor outlets, a medical supply store, pawn shops and smoke shops, tattoo parlors, mattress outlets, children's consignment villages, Hispanic florists, African hairstylists. To paraphrase Arlo Guthrie, you can get anything you want on the Northern Circle lots. Science fiction writer and sometimes urban theorist Samuel Delany has described cities as collections of contact and network zones. Delany makes no bones about it. Contact zones are democratic in spirit and multicultural in essence, an anarchic mingling of different types of people. Network zones, on the other hand, are inherently exclusionary and homogeneous, a curated experience for like-minded souls. Though its aesthetic is decidedly unurban, Delany would most certainly find this commercial portion of New Circle a contact zone for people of all tones, who can be found here going about their business of everyday life. Just before reaching Winchester Road, the 7 turns left onto Eastland Parkway. Hispanic grocery stores and children's consignment shops soon give way to apartments and homes. Dixie Elementary sits at the end of the line.
Now approaching Dixie Magnet School. Stop requested.
Okay, here we are. You ready to get up? Joe's school day begins at 7:40 sharp. When researching the bus schedule, her mom and I found that the 7:20 bus would get Joe to Dixie exactly 10 minutes after the ringing of the morning bell. Truancy, I quickly learned, is to elementary education as cheating and plagiarism are to high school and collegiate schooling. an institutional capital offense. So every once in a while we catch you. Usually I catch you on the way back.
You have a good day.
All right, bye. We'll see you. Thanks. Which one's loose now? Not wanting to have Joe marked a truant at such a tender age, Mom and I decided we better catch the 6:50 instead. This gets us to our Dixie stop between 7:10 and 7:15. Hey, another successful drop-off. Way to go, Dad. Morning ride's over. Josie's settled in school, and time for me to jog home about 3.5, 4 miles to get back across New Circle and back into town. See you back.
Raindrops dot the pavement as we head out to the street. Hand in hand to the bus stop with my little Josephine. All roads lead to Mecca and the cross upon the hill.